Welcome, it's Alan from SpinX Vitality. Today, in this masterpiece of a day, first thing in the morning, after my facial ice bath, I'm going to demonstrate and practice and learn and teach. We're going to do a triangle setup for the 50 and over practitioner. The 50 and over practitioner is going to learn a very, very basic, high probability, high percentage triangle. Stay tuned, here we go. Okay, you've got your training partner in the closed guard. We have a cross collar grab, or same side grab, We're going to do a same side grab today. There are three places you can grab your training partner's gi. Low down, top of the chest, a little higher up, and on the collarbone. I like the collarbone for a lot of reasons. You can push against it. You can also take your thumb and go into a soft spot in the neck while creating a wedge and pushing on the other side with a body part. If you grab a little lower or too low, you're susceptible to wrist locks. Oh my, a whole nother world out there. Wrist locks from the closed guard. Basically, your training partner would do a cross grab and secure your wrist. That's going to happen. Cross grab, secure the wrist. If it's too low, cross grab, secure the wrist. Now my palm is touching my training partner's chest. All my training partner has to do is lean forward, and I'm going to lock it in, lean forward. What happens is my wrist bends back. There is mobility, but to a certain degree, it will tap. The same thing as a wrist lock pressing down. There's movement, but beyond a certain point, tap. Same thing going back. So for this instance, we'll grab on the collar. Now, it's said that over 50, you lose your speed, you lose your athleticism, you lose some of your conditioning, you lose the ability to tell your body, hey, Alan, move your left leg up in the air. Your brain sends a command and signal through your body for your left leg to go up. If you train with a 25-year-old blue belt and they want their leg to go up, soon as he pre-thinks it or pre-thinks it, the leg is up in the air. So that's called reaction time. Everything is against you except one thing. Thank you, nature. It's called static strength. Holding something for 3 to 5 seconds. So in this instance, we're grabbing the collar up by the bone, which allows our thumb to go in, create a wedge, press down. And in order for me to have my legs around my training partner, if my training partner's up in the air, my legs won't be able to do anything worthwhile. I want my training partner in close to me so my legs have a major impact. How do we do that? We do a grab, C-cup, on the collarbone. You can control your training partner also. Push away, pull in, to the side, to the side. If you engage your knees with your hand and make one unit, when you move, you're twice as powerful. Where does the static strength come in? If I hold my training partner with my elbow bent, I'm strong, but not as strong. My training partner could resist and pull up, and I lose all the action that I want with my legs. So what do? I bend my elbow, bend my elbow, bend my elbow. Elbow to mat. Now, I'm not moving from here. This is called static strength. I will tell you, and I will train with just about anybody, I've got a 3-second window. That's it. More than that, I can't guarantee. But when I grab my training partner and I get that position and I take a nice bite on the collar and I lock it down and lock my elbow in, I've got 3 seconds. So let's review that. C-cup, grab on the collar, Get ready for your thumb to come in, because if you create a wedge with your leg or your hand or your body, you could get a submission. Pull, pull, lock in. So you want to lock in first? That's fine. Lock it in, pull down. Or pull down, lock it in. Let's do it together. As you pull down, you're locking it in. That's it. Step one, legs are up high, cross the ankles. Number two, you want to grab the sleeve. So I'm going to switch. My right hand grabs the collar, pull it down. My left hand grabs the sleeve. What we're going to do is, while your training partner's posture is broken down and compromised because your elbows to the mat, your elbows to your rear. Now we'll switch sides so you can see. Left hand grabs on the neck, pull down and in. Right hand gets a pocket grip. Open the legs, press the hand to the chest, hike your hip up, your heel on your right foot will aim to the ceiling. This is okay. This is your start. Ultimately, what you want is the hip up in the air, back of the calf coming down on the back of your training partner's neck. Up in the air, down. Then you can lock it, or you can reach across. I prefer to reach across, grab my shin, pull it down. Now I'm in a pretty good position. Training partner can't come up. Put my left foot on my training partner's hip. If you have trouble, do a little hip escape to the side. Little hip escape to the side and put the foot on the hip. There we go. Now we're going to turn, turn. Now it's tight. We're going to lock it in, but you don't have the submission because you're straight. You have to create an angle. Also, your training partner's hand is blocking. So once you lock it in, once you secure, setup. This is the setup. Up in the air. Whoa, look at that. Up in the air. Two hands together. Above the elbow. This is below the elbow. This is above the elbow. Above the elbow. Push to your training partner's pocket. Bring your knees in. That tightens it out. If there were 10 cubic inches around my knees with my training partner's shoulder and one arm in, that's okay. We want to reduce the amount of cubic inches. So this is 10. Now we grab the shin, put the foot on, other foot on the hip, turn. I went from 10 cubic inches to 8 cubic inches. Turn again. I'm now at 7 cubic inches. Lock the triangle. You can go underneath your training partner's leg to get a really good angle. Now, watch my outside leg, my left heel, out. Slight movement. Slight movement can help finish the submission. You have an arm bar. You have a shorty Americana. You have a reverse wrist lock. You have a frontal wrist lock. And what I want to do is create a gable grip and an area where my training partner's head goes in and my wrist is in the back of the neck of my training partner. So we're here. The back of the neck. My head down, my hips up. Pull down with my arms. My head stays down. My hip goes up. Turn a little more. Lock it in. Flare your left leg out. All together, you'll get the submission. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. And there you have it, a great triangle from the closed guard. Doesn't have to be 50 and over. It's a highly efficient minimal movement. 1, 2, 3, done. And stay tuned for the next session.